Peace, family. It's your brother, Marc Lamont Hill. Welcome to the Marc Lamont Hill official YouTube channel. Shout out to everybody who has been supporting the channel and doing the work of helping us build this thing, because this labor is not from me alone. It's from all of y'all. So shout out to everybody who has been here, including the Marc Lamont Hill official channel members, people like Omega coming in from ATL, Georgia, Stephanie Marquez, always in the building from Strong Island. Of course, Aisha Mukhtar, wa alaikum assalam. Super Anonymous, thank you for writing in. All the way from Somalia, Jordan Taylor is my brother. Oh my God, love you, Noob. So many great people here. Odette, shout out to you. Katiwe, shout out to you. Michaela, shout out to you. Miriam, shout out to you. And Joe Berg. We're gonna get started right now because something interesting happened that I want to let you all know. Shout out to you, Bad Lefty, from Ireland, and you, Nora, from Maine. You made it, see Shada. And that is that Jill Biden, not Joe, but Jill Biden, was giving a speech. And it's a fascinating thing when Jill Biden, one second, y'all. It's a fascinating thing when Jill Biden gives a speech, because Jill Biden is not a political figure. She's not a particularly polarizing figure. White people hated some Michelle Obama as much as some of them loved Michelle Obama. Republicans hated some Michelle Obama. They love to demonize her. But Jill Biden, people don't really make a thing out of her, right? Like, they kind of just let Jill Biden rock. That's sort of how it goes with Jill Biden. But now they are on her behind. If you don't know, Jill Biden is on the campaign trail. It's election season, and she is leading what's called the Women for Biden-Harris Tour. The Women for Biden-Harris Tour. So she goes to Tucson, Arizona, and she's about, they say, 14 minutes into the speech. I'm sorry. The speech is 14 minutes. She's only a couple seconds into the speech. And on multiple occasions, at least 4 times, people started screaming, "It's a genocide, Jill. It's a genocide." And Jill Biden is still going. She starts going in, telling her story, making her case for her husband, Joe Biden, President Biden, talking about women's issues, talking about abortion rights, saying abortion rights are on the ballot. She's saying extremist Republicans led by Donald Trump are passing laws that prevent women from getting the health care they need, including IVF. But I'm talking about 13 seconds, according to NBC News, 13 seconds into her remarks, somebody started yelling genocide. Again, somebody yells genocide. About 2 minutes after that, 30 seconds after that, somebody starting to shout her down again. And finally, Jill Biden, excuse me, "I'm sorry to have to come and go so quickly." She was trying to book out of there because she didn't want any parts of this. She didn't want any parts of this protest. But I want to show you a particular clip where I thought it was telling what happened, but also the response to what happened. I thought they were both quite telling. Watch this.
Are you and the best are going to call for a ceasefire?
Watch this. Now, a couple things happened. Jill Biden, I keep wanting to say Jill Stein. Jill Biden is talking. And again, this is like the third interruption. Someone stands up and says, "When are you going to talk about the genocide in Gaza?" But also, well, actually, we'll start there, right? This is fascinating for several reasons, right? Some people are going to say, of course, well, and I'm going there, Evil Fandango, don't worry. Some people are going to say, well, she's the first lady. It's not her job to speak up about things like this. Well, she's on the campaign trail. Jill Biden is on the campaign trail. She's speaking about politics. After October 7th, she certainly spoke out against the Hamas attack, as she should. She's the first lady. But you can't have picks out here. You can't say, I'm going to speak on this issue, but not that issue. But let's get beyond that. Let's get beyond that. This is the Women for Biden Harris campaign push. They are literally saying why women should vote for Joe Biden. They're saying that there are women's issues on the table that Donald Trump would be worse on. This is case in point the problem with the poverty of white liberal feminism. White liberal feminism is a very solipsistic, selfish, narcissistic, self-important political and philosophical position to take that is so bound up with women having it all. It's a neoliberal philosophy as well. The Sheryl Sandbergs of the world. Let's lean in. It's all about white women getting access to power. It's all about white women. That's right, self-indulgent, Vanessa. It's all about white women having access to power. It's all about solving white women's issues. It's never about the intersections of it. When Black women are getting shot by police, when Sandra Bland is killed or is harassed by police, put in a jail cell and placed in the conditions that led to her death, even if she killed herself, that should be a feminist issue. When abortion rights are at stake, when reproductive justice more broadly is at stake, yeah, they say that's a feminist issue. It is. But so are issues that happen to Black women. Black women being sexually assaulted by law enforcement disproportionately. But it's a feminist issue. But y'all don't want to have that conversation. For you, feminism, all the women are white. Right? And that's the problem. Right? I don't know if you remember a very famous book, Black feminist book. It's called All the Women Are White, All the Blacks Are Men, but Some of Us Are Brave. All the women are white, all the Blacks are men, but some of us are brave. The idea, again, being that there is a particular vision here of what a feminist project looks like. And Jill Biden's coming in on a feminist platform here, right? She's coming in saying women have to stick together to deal with women's issues. Women have to stick together to deal with women's issues. Well, guess what? Palestinian mothers, 2 Palestinian mothers are killed every hour. Jill Biden. I feel like I've said Jill Stein a couple times. If I did, forgive me. Two Palestinian women, mothers, every hour are being killed. Right now, Palestinian mothers are being denied access to treatment. They're being denied access to prenatal care. They're being denied access to the resources and the nutrients and the support necessary to even feed their babies. You're talking about reproductive justice. You're talking about reproductive issues. The only information, or rather the only time they care about women's issues in the Middle East is when it helps them anchor a imperial project. Oh, we have to go liberate these Muslim women. Oh, we have to go liberate women in Egypt. Oh, we got to go liberate women in Afghanistan. Oh, we got to go liberate women in Saudi, right? This idea, as Gantry Spivak talked about, of, white men saving brown women from brown men. So they'll talk about the plight of women if it allows for an imperial war, an imperial intervention. If it allows you to go somewhere and take somebody's land or occupy militarily somebody's space, oh, then yeah, we care about the plight of the women. But when it comes to just saying, look, the settler colonial project is happening right now and has been happening right now, has a negative impact on women, they don't make that a feminist issue. The treatment of Palestinian women right now, they don't make a feminist issue. So Jill Stein, it is not, I keep saying Jill Stein, Jill Biden, excuse me, it is not improper. It is not wrong, Jill Biden, for people to say you as somebody on a feminist platform, somebody who says they're fighting for women's rights, is saying nothing about the fact that Palestinian women are being killed disproportionately. 2/3 of the people killed in Palestine right now, 2/3 of the people killed in Gaza in particular right now are women and children. But you ain't said nothing about it. That's a problem. But let's keep going. I want to show y'all this again. Look at how they are manhandling women. Y'all see that? Look at even this white man grabbing her from behind, kind of grabbing her arm and pulling her down. How dare you? You don't like what she's saying. She has a right to free speech. If she's interrupting and security takes her out, that's cool. As an activist, I can tell you, when we go in there and do that, we expect them to get carried out by security. But I'm not expecting random Karens and I don't know if the male Karen is Kens or whatever to be coming in there, grabbing my arm, pulling me down, trying to pull me into a chair, trying to physically silence me, trying to physically shut me down. No, white people, you can't do that. But they do that because they think they can. They think they have a right to our bodies. They think they have a right to our voices. They think that they can silence us, but they cannot. And when I say they right now, I'm talking about these corporate Democrats and these white corporate Democrats in particular, who feel like this brown girl should be quiet and stop talking about this Palestine stuff and let us have our Jill Biden, Sheryl Sandberg, Hillary Clinton, kumbaya, lean in neoliberal feminist moment. And no, you can't. People are dying. People are literally dying. And because people are literally dying, you don't get the luxury of having a kumbaya moment. You don't have the luxury of pretending that the world's not on fire and that your husband is the leader of it. And again, I don't hold you accountable for your husband's actions. I don't think women should be held accountable for the actions of their husband, but you're on the campaign trail now, Dr. Biden. You're on the campaign trail as a proxy. You're on a campaign trail as a representative of his policy. And just like if he were in Vietnam prosecuting a war, we'd be like, what are you doing? Just like if he were in Iraq, we'd be saying, what are you doing? Just like we did to Laura Bush. Well, similarly, right now, President Biden is underwriting a genocide. He's supporting the cutting of UNRWA. He has continued to fund Israelis' military aggression. He's continued to provide political cover by vetoing UN resolutions. This man is a problem. Joe Biden, according to reports, has gone out of his way to avoid Palestinian protesters. They are vetting the crowds. They are doing everything they can to shut this down because they don't want any more spectacles. They don't want more people looking and seeing him getting shouted down because they want to make it look like he has a fairly stable base. But the truth is, Joe Biden is losing his progressive base. Joe Biden is losing the left. Joe Biden is losing young voters. Joe Biden is losing college voters. Joe Biden has lost brown voters. He's lost Muslim voters. He's lost South Asian voters. He's lost Palestinian voters. We're going down the list. He may have lost Michigan. Welcome to the channel, Lumpy. Thank you for joining and becoming a member. We appreciate you. God bless you. We see that he's losing the coalition. So Joe Biden is trying to create the optics so that it doesn't look crazy. He's doing these political spectacles, like airdropping, what is it, 12,000 or 30,000 meals into Gaza. Now there's 2 million people there. Did I say Jill Scott too? I'm sorry, y'all. I done said Jill Stein, Jill Scott. Forgive me, all the Jills out there. I only mean Jill Biden right now. Forgive me. Joe Biden is airdropping food in. It looks great. It looks like you are parachuting support in, ignoring the fact that one, that those 38,000 meals that people are going to eat, or whatever, however many it is, those 38,000 meals do nothing when there's 2.2 million people who are hungry and desperate, and 500,000 who are already on the brink of famine right now. 528,000 last time I checked. So he's making these political spectacles to cover up the fact that it's not happening. And the reason it's not happening, when I say it, I mean justice. The reason it's not happening is precisely for the reason that we're protesting Jill Biden, and that is that they are underwriting a genocide and pretending they're not. They are supporting a genocide and pretending they're not. They are silent on Israeli contraventions of international law and pretending they're not. Walter Beasley, thank you so much for the support. And Walter says he has lost me. Disgusting. Yo, a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel like, yo, I can't rock with him. I'm not telling y'all how to vote. I'm not telling you who I'm voting for yet, because I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm so frustrated and confused right now. Thank you, Bullet the Bunny, for gifting 5 memberships. That's so generous. We love you. We appreciate you. Get the memberships, y'all. But what I do know is Joe Biden's going to continue to get shouted down, and Jill Biden is going to continue to get shouted down on the campaign trail. And all the security in the world, all these aggressive, angry, violent white people, and other people, but I'm just saying it's white people who are looking at her now. Look at them. Look at them physically putting their hands on her, just thinking they own her, like her body can just be grabbed. That's not okay. And those types of spectacles piss off voters. They piss off supporters. They piss off activists. They piss off brown people. It is not going to help. So I don't know what they're going to do. She's going to start giving prepared speeches on pre-recorded speeches. I don't know what they're going to do, but this can't work. Also, the Democratic Party and the Biden campaign in particular, and the First Lady's team, needs to issue a statement saying that they do not support, they do not advocate. In fact, they condemn people putting their hands on that young woman, because that was completely out of pocket, completely wrong, completely unacceptable. You can disagree with her, but you don't put your hands on her. That's just how that goes. But I don't want to lose sight of they started arresting people in New York protests 5 minutes ago. This is what's happening all around the world. All around the world. NATO said it's like the Dems want to lose. It almost looks like that. They're certainly saying we're willing to die on this hill. We'll continue to campaign like normal. We'll continue to support Israel like normal. We'll continue to veto resolutions like normal. We'll continue to operate like it's 1996 or even 2006 or even 2016, but it's not. The world is changing. People are waking up and paying attention, and the Biden campaign is about to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. They are about to cause themselves a big L. And the reason, shout out to Harlem, and then the reason they're going to get this big L, the reason they're going to get this big L is because they're not listening to voters and they're not taking a principled stance. There are people who would say, look, we don't agree with you, but you're at least principled. But they're not taking a principled stance. He knows that the massacre that happened 2 days ago was wrong. And instead of just saying it was wrong and it was heinous like every other nation did when Israeli forces shot 100 people, 112 people, I believe, as they were trying to get food from a humanitarian truck, instead they just say, well, this doesn't help the two-state solution. Oh, this doesn't help a ceasefire. Say it is wrong, Joe Biden. But he refuses. He refuses to say that it is wrong. And because he refuses to say that it is wrong, he lacks all moral authority. And in the absence of said moral authority, there ain't nothing a whole lot of people are willing to hear from him. I'm sorry. It's just facts. You can agree, you can disagree, but I'm speaking the facts right now. And so Jill Biden getting shouted down is not a random protester. It's a systemic issue now. The Biden campaign is structured in a way where people are going to shout at them everywhere. People are going to fight them everywhere. People are going to challenge them everywhere because they have created an infrastructure of aggression. They have created a network where people simply don't believe. See, shout out to you. They've created, people don't believe that they're operating in the best interest of the people. People don't believe that they're supported. And when you go on a campaign trail and speak about women's issues and don't speak about those women dying, she didn't even speak about the women kidnapped in Israel. I mean, you could even say, look, I'm going to both sides of this thing. I'm going to all lives matter this thing and say, look, there are women everywhere in Israel and Palestine who are under extraordinary fire. We need a ceasefire. That would be a safe position to take. She didn't even do that. They think they can just ignore it. Amber Galuli, thank you for joining the channel. We love you. Anyway, I appreciate y'all for listening. The Biden administration's in trouble, y'all. It's not getting better. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse until there's a ceasefire or until he makes a definitive move or statement or action, that political action that is moving somewhere toward justice. Genocide Joe got to go, somebody wrote. Thanks for your candor, Brother Mark. Look, I'm just telling the truth because that's what we got to do. I'm just going to tell the truth, man. Anyway, y'all, thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you feel what I'm talking about. Let them algorithms know that y'all rock with me. Also, family, hit the subscribe button so you can become a part of the channel. We love when you subscribe. You get the updates, you get the notifications, you get to be part of our conversation on a regular basis. You can hit that little bell to get the regular notifications and updates. And if you are so inclined, as you see, people are joining the channel. People like Amber Galuli, shout out to you. Bullet the Bunny giving out the memberships. I love you. Lumpy, becoming a member. If you become a member of the channel, it allows you to provide monthly support to us so we can continue to create independent media, so that we can continue to create political education in a world right now where people are telling us a whole lot of lies. And if you want to circumvent the whole corporate process in terms of giving them money, all you got to do is send it directly to us. You can use Cash App, MLHTV. MLHTV is our Cash App handle. If you send something there, it goes straight to us, and it goes to building a studio. It goes to editing video. It goes to paying our staff, hiring producers. All of this happens when you support the channel. Meg, thank you for gifting a membership. I hope someone grabs that thing. And again, MLHTV on Cash App right now. We got hundreds of people live right now. Family, we could support this channel for a whole week if everybody watching right now just cashed out $2. Just $2. If you go to MLHTV and just do $2, we could support this channel for a whole week. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. If you can't donate $2, if you can't subscribe, if you can't join, that's cool. Just hit the like button. It's free. Just hit the subscribe button. It's free. Just keep watching and supporting the channel, because that is the most important thing that makes this channel grow. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.